man is ready. When we talk about being deep in the water and being able to get you to really understand the depths of life, being able to get you to swim through life, being able to get you to kind of break through the barriers, break down the levees, we got to do this right, because we talking to a young legend. We talking to just somebody I'm really inspired to. I saw you perform earlier this year at Reese Rap's Dope concert. And boy, when I say this man put on a show, when I say this man put on a show, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm watching because I love hip hop. I love rap, and we got to keep it to a core of essence of being able to provide people that performance, that ability to be able to perform lyrically and show that skill set, but then also show the attention that you're giving to the crowd, and then also show how you care about just the whole theme of it. When I'm talking about this man is starting off he's sitting down, I'm like, all right, I see this guy sitting down on the ground. What's he about to do? Okay, he's going off. He's gonna sit down the whole time. This dude's not gonna sit down the whole time. Oh, he's starting to get, it's about to go crazy. It's about to go crazy. Oh, snap, the beat starts to go nuts. The crowd knows the lyrics. I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody else, I'm late, so I'm behind. It's me. Everybody else know the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yo, reasons, man.
Yo,
Thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing me, with your presence, bro. Obviously it's bigger than rap too, because rap is just a tool that you use to get the people hooked in. And
absolutely.
we're gonna obviously get talking to, because you got the honeycomb experience. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the brand and everything. My first question to you is, we start this conversation with this whole dynamic experience is about life is poetic. The reason I started this was because for me, it's like really being able to see beyond all this, right? Being able to kind of learn beyond all this, what's really going on. And as artists, we have been tasked with this ability and this kind of mission of being able to use our craft, have fun with it, though at the same time, be creative and step outside the boundaries of what, quote unquote, what's normal. So with you, like, what was that first moment of realizing I'm not normal?
Honestly, if I listened to my aunt and my grandmother, I probably would have been known, like, at a younger age, probably like 9, like they've been telling me, you know what I mean? Even my father was kind of like, yo, you different, like, don't act like you're not the same. Don't think that something's wrong. You feel me? But probably for myself, it was probably when I was probably like 17. That's when I had first went off to college, and that's when you really you're on your own. That's when you start realizing like nobody's coming to save you, So experiences sometimes bring the bad and the good out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I was just lucky for, like, when I was 17, just going to Central, I got to actually rap for Play from Kid and Play. Yeah, so that moment right there kind of was like, I could do this, So after that, I just kind of been like steady going at it, and still kind of ignoring it though. But I would say like maybe like 2-3 years ago, I really started getting into like the actual like purpose, accepting it, I guess. You know what I mean? Because I think that there's a difference between knowing your moment. You know what I mean? Like I said, I could have been, if I listened to my aunt, I would have knew at 9. But it took 2-3 years, like maybe like 2020, you know what I'm saying? Like pandemic era for me to really just like accept it. You know what I mean? Like, this is who I am. Like, let me just be that and have people gravitate to me. Let me set the pace. You know what I mean? So yeah. I hope that answers your question.
You remember that first line, the first bars you wrote?
The first bars. Not the first bars. I remember like one rap though was like, but it wasn't. It was kind of like me picking up off my best friend at the time too, and it was like, who used to rap on the bus all the time. And I was like, hey, call me Robbie Nice, cause the boy got game. Rob is the first, Brown is the last name. But that was just like elementary stuff back then. You know what I mean? Because you really just developing. I feel like back then I was more so on the flow, cause like JB my favorite rapper, and that's one of the first things I picked up on, like the Cali rap, the cadence and stuff like that.
Word. Hey, coming from Brooklyn, you got to give me the top 3 artists, rappers that come from Brooklyn. Don't you know, you if you want to plead the fifth, you can. Though, what's the top three? Who's hold? Because I personally say I think Brooklyn, if we look at it just like area, Brooklyn is something special when it comes to hip hop.
Nah, facts. Definitely you gotta pay homage to Biggie. You know what I mean? Biggie, Hove. And you. It's just some things like the one and the two is kind of like already set in stone already. You know, but the third one, it really just for me, it depends on what you want to talk about in terms of like lyricism. Like I would probably go with Fab. That's one of my favorite lyricists.
Word.
You know, but I definitely feel like Pop Smoke, like his impact for a generation, you know what I'm saying? Not in terms of just like his lyricism, but in terms of like a persona, you know what I mean? Like Brooklyn was ready to stand behind Pop, you know what I mean? Even though, even 5 to an extent, but Pop was it, you know what I'm saying? Like he had the whole world like, wait, you know what I mean? So he had like a 50 Cent-ish type vibe to him, you know, we know what 50 did. So imagine him doing that coming from Brooklyn. So that's why I say Pop right now.
You know, you talking about Pop and you talking about that impact he had on making people move. When I saw you perform, that's instantly what made me really like love your performance, bro. Like as just another artist too, is that you got people to move. How much planning do you go into, you know, your actual performance and actually thinking from I'm talking about from the concept of the song, because from just hearing it, it sounds like when you're writing something, you're like, oh, I know how this is going to perform. Is that what you
because I'm very visual, you see what I'm saying? So anytime I write a word down, I'm already seeing it and execute it, you know what I mean? So I just try to be transparent, you feel me? I know that like my purpose is to inspire, you know what I mean? Anything that I do should align with that, you know what I mean? Even down to my music, even if it's a song that's not necessarily uplifting. I might be talking about some type of pain or something, but the pain should motivate you because I'm an example that you can get through it. You know what I'm saying? So I take the music from there. So after I make it, now it's about, okay, how do you want to relate to the people? Because even though they might relate to the feeling, you have to connect it to them. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I just started like, okay, do I want to add like a dance element, or do I need to be on a stool? Do I need to be a cappella at first and then drop the beat? So the actual like mapping of me doing a performance is probably like 2 weeks. Like I got my next concert show October 1st. I'm performing at my I graduated from Bluefield State. And I'm performing at our alumni party this next weekend, October 1st. So now I'm already thinking about, okay, how I need to be coming on stage, how my placing needs to be, things like that, because I want everything to be interactive as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate going to performances and you feel like you could have just listened to the song on the radio. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm one of the few people who actually like know their words. Like, you could cut the beat out and I'm still, you know what I mean? Or I could do the song a cappella when it's going to hit you the same compared to the beats there. So I really try to take heed to that because that's why people know the words, like go get the money. It's because like we set the mood before the beat even comes on. You know, when we made that song, I already knew it should be like a morning day chant. Like I want you listening to Go Get the Money like you listening to No Limit Larry or something. You know what I mean? Let's go get this. So yeah.
That what you said right there had me thinking of, yo, bro, because as artists, you know, that's a big thing now. I'm big on that. I don't want to hear people rap over their songs. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear you actually spit how you spit. You remembering your words, you remembering your lyrics. Is it a long process, or is it just something like comes like that?
Honestly, you stay ready, you know what I mean? So you gotta get ready. Like every day, like I could be at work, I could be painting at the gallery. I'm saying my lyric because I like my music, you know? Like my music is me. So sometimes you need like subtle reminders, you know what I mean? So I'm always just saying a verse. Like I already got 5 songs in mind for next week. So I'm just saying them verses just as I'm walking or when I walk to my left or when I'm walking to go get something to eat. So now that's why I could do it acapella with the beat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not so stuck on, okay, I need to hear the song or I need to be doing this. Because as artists, we need to think like things happen on show day,
Right.
you know? And I'm in a unique position to where a lot of times I'm not just performing, I'm actually orchestrating or facilitating the event.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole new aspect. I have to be studying my words all the time because I don't have a full length opportunity where I could just practice. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing I have to worry about.
Yeah.
So me staying ready is how I really try to stay prepared.
You staying with that? What you mentioned college, yo. What year did you graduate?
Oh, honestly, I went back, graduated in 2020. You know, life happened. I originally went to school. Come 31 now. I just turned 31 September 10th. But yeah, so when I went back, I went back to school because I really went to Central. You know, life happened. You know, that's pretty much the best way to have it. You know what I'm saying? Life experiences happen, certain things I wasn't ready for. You know, it knocked me off my pivot. So, you know, I had to get grounded, had to go through some things, and had to find for myself, like, okay, regardless of whatever happens, I'm going to finish. Because it wasn't that, now that I said that's not, I don't think it wasn't I could have finished before. I think it was just, I wasn't used to the fact that life was going to occur regardless. You know, I don't think we really get that concept at a young age because a lot of things we're sheltered from, protected from, or we just haven't been exposed to it yet. So when you expose to certain things, you like, oh, nah. Let's think about like food, right? You might try something one time and you might not like it because it might not have been prepared correctly. You know what I'm saying? But does that mean the actual dish is bad? No. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to try it again from a different cook. You know what I mean? Somebody that's preparing it correctly. And that's kind of how it was for me with school. Because when I went back to Bluefield State, it wasn't that I was getting any knowledge different or that my purpose was different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How it was prepared for me was different. How I went about it was different. You know what I'm saying? I went about it correctly. I still got to play college ball. I still, you know, did some very successful like business competition, things like that, extracurricular wise. But how I took it on was a completely different way. You know what I'm saying? So it would have maximized it. Right.
Yo, and that part right there, being able to like know how to pivot. I'm listening to you, and bro, I appreciate that because you talking about being able to go with the flow in life, but also like not hold these expectations that kind of like don't make you not human because you're human, you know, and that's
Right.
what this is about.
Absolutely.
Like,
I'm still learning that, you know, because one thing about me, like, since I know what a mistake can do to progress. You know what I'm saying? But
explain that.
All right. So when you make a mistake, right? The first time it's like, okay, cool. Like you probably didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You was a little naive. But when you making a mistake constantly, like you have to start looking like here because now you're affecting your growth because you're stuck on a phase. You know what I'm saying? That mistake is keeping you stuck. It was hard for me to go this far. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a gallery. I wouldn't be helping run a store. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that I'm doing now, if I didn't learn from the mistake, you know what I'm saying? Because the mistake was holding me back. I kept making it. So that's why I'm saying, like, I know what a mistake can do. You know what I'm saying? When it keeps recurring, because a lot of times it's going to keep happening. You know what I mean? And especially and sometimes it might keep happening, but it might be to a higher degree because you at a different level. Because, like we both said, life still goes on. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes until you conquer something, it's going to keep popping up in the peripherals. You know what I'm saying?
Boy. Boy, it's gonna keep coming up. It's gonna keep what's the most recent thing that you've had to break out of your own loop? Like it was like, okay, I gotta, you feel this new part of yourself coming. It's like, dang, I didn't even realize I was doing this to myself. I gotta break out. What was one of the last things, if you don't mind sharing?
Honestly, and this is like me being respectfully, like I had to let niggas stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times, like going back to like just piggybacking off of mistakes, when you make mistakes, a lot of times it makes you empathetic. You start, because I understand a lot of things. I understand the artists who might not be able to seize every opportunity when they should, but they not understanding that it really comes down to how bad you want it. You know what I'm saying? And opportunity is the opportunity. What you make of it is on you, because you control you. You feel what I'm saying? So when I put it into that perspective, I'm creating opportunity, right? Sometimes you gotta show people like, okay, this is why I'm him. You know what I'm saying? If not, people gonna think that like you're a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Or the stool to get. Nah, that's not what we doing over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the biggest thing. Nick, there's no more playtime. You know what I mean? We don't play with the fish no more.
Come on now, don't play. All right, let's talk about the fish. Where this is a fish can be so metaphorical. It can be so many different things. What is the fish to you, and what kind of fish?
Honestly, I'm just a vessel. You know, when I think about the fish, I use that's how I refer to myself, just because of a vessel. I like to use a story specifically when Jesus used the fish and the bread on the rock and he fed the masses. You feel me? Right. I'm the fish. You feel me? Like I said, my purpose is to inspire. So he's using me to feed the masses. You know what I mean? Can anybody who ever interacted with me can say like, I've never been nothing but try to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm having bad days.
Yo, we're gonna wait for Reasons to come right back. This right here, and I'm gonna one of his songs that he mentioned earlier was "Go Get the Money." Yeah, I was letting while you were getting right, I had to let the people know, go get the money. Is real quick, is Go Get the Money? Is that get the money? Is that streaming on all platforms?
Yeah, that's on all platforms right now. Big shout out to Zion Matthews. Big shout out to Koso Sadiddy. You know what I mean? But yeah, what was I saying before?
You were talking about basically being the vessel and the fish, and
yeah. So I'm a vessel. I try to inspire everybody. I feel like that's my purpose. And when you think about it, even outside that story, a fish is probably the most symbolic animal in the Bible. You know, and anytime they talk about a fish, what is it about? It's about inspiring, self-awareness. Those are two things I feel like about myself. That's why I mentioned earlier that having people stop playing with me was one of the biggest things I had to let go. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that I can't say I'm self-aware and allow you to play with the fact that I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between you being naive and people, you know, doing certain things. You're like, why? You know what I mean? Because you haven't identified who you really are yet. But I can't use that as an excuse when I know who I am. So now it's on me because I'm allowing it. So yeah.
When you talking about that and you realizing you the vessel, what's dealing with those hardships now like? You know, as far as you obviously talking about like you moving, you going through the pivots, is it at a place now where you realize, okay, certain things that you've accepted along around the journey, or is it how do you keep your inspiration through different times now?
It's hard. I feel like it's harder now.
Yeah.
You know, I say that for multiple reasons. I say that one, because when you're a leader, it's like when you look around, it's no, you know what I'm saying? It's you. You know what I mean? You always gotta look in the mirror. That's why I'm gonna keep talking about self-awareness, being aware of like who you are. Because that's what's helping me get through this. You know what I mean? The journey. Because the journey doesn't stop. Every day is another added chapter page to the journey. So when you think about it, it gets harder because one, you're alone, you know? So it's like, how do you be content with the fact of the growth that you made in a day? You know what I'm saying? Compared to, all right, I want to conquer the world. You're not going to do that in a day. You know what I'm saying? Some things might not work out. You know what I mean? You have to be content with that. Yeah. You know, I think I forgot what pastor I was watching, and he talked about being content with certain things, not accepting it, but being content with that moment because you're working. But also what the hardship look like is just a matter of understanding purpose, prayer, you know what I mean? Constant meditation. Yeah. You know, I'm constantly always reflecting. Reflection is big for me because of the simple fact that, like, I want to know if I made a mistake. I need to know if I'm guiding my team the right way, you know, because my days when you up top, when you have a hardship, it affects the team. You know what I mean? Because things trickle down. You know, so when I'm not productive, if I'm setting the pace and I stop, the pace of everybody around me gonna stop too. It's an assembly line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's spot on an assembly line is different.
Mm.
So you most times when you the leader, you both the starting point and the ending point.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure those spots in between is accounted.
Man, those spots. Life is a leader. Life is a leader. Those spots, filling up those spots.
Always be hear me?
Yeah. And
It's
when you
tough.
when you going through that, how did you see that? Obviously, it's a lot of beautiful rewards though to it, right? It's a lot of, you look
Right.
at that and it is just you. Though, what is one of the most beautiful things that you can say when it comes to now with the honeycomb experience, and now you is just a brand, and as you say, as a leader, what's one of the most beautiful rewards that you've gotten out of being able to guide yourself into this position?
Honestly, the fact that we still here, you know, being able to maintain, you know what I mean, being able to plan growth, you know, and the fact that, you know, people are really benefiting, you know, that's because that's why we set out to do it.
Right.
It's not a scheme or a gimmick, you know, without me executing, without my team, not even just me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than me. Without the team, without the people executing, we wouldn't grow. You know what I'm saying? My job is to keep making sure that I'm facilitating events like what we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That way business owners can keep coming getting information for free so that they can keep flourishing.
Right. Right.
You know, because the honeycomb experience only grows as the people that's involved in it grow, not even just me. You feel me? And that's the way I wanted it, because I would never, a community is not based off of one person.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right.
And the whole objective is the honeycomb experience to get the community to interact, engage, to make those opportunities. So now, yeah, it might start with me. I might have to light the fire, but then somebody could take their stick, light their fire, go to this place. You know what I'm saying? Like, now the community is built. Now we're growing. You know what I'm saying? It's not all based off of one person. So
Right.
now those days when I face the hardship, it's not like a complete stoppage to the assembly line, because there's other things going on. You know what I'm saying? Based off the little things that you done. You know what I'm saying? Thus far, the people that you done touched. So yeah, that's what I get. That's the beautiful part of it.
When we establishing date of the honeycomb experience for the people that listen to this and may not know.
We started March 2020.
Okay.
Right, fairly new, right before I graduated. Wow. And actually, came down to, we was in the conference tournament for basketball at my school, and you know, COVID had hit, and they sent everybody home right then and there. So I had to make a decision. You know, the honeycomb experience was actually one of my projects I was doing while I was at school, and I actually got to talk about it in front of like congressmen and people in the White House or whatever like that. So when they started gravitating to it, like I was saying earlier, like I didn't really accept it. You know, they was kind of like da 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 da, but my mind was already on basketball, that type of thing. So it was kind of like, yeah, that's cool, but yeah, I'll get back to that. But then when COVID happened,
Right.
it was that I was faced with that reality a lot faster. So I just jumped off the diving board and just started swimming, truthfully. And we've been doing this since. So we started off, we did our first event at my homeboy's house. You know, he allowed us to rent the house out. Same concept in terms of the art, fashion, music, things like that. And just having those networking vibes, you know what I mean? Because it's not a party. I don't want, yeah, we have a good time at the events, but it's never a party. If you're not there to network, meet somebody, or add value, the room is going to swallow you. You're not going to be, you know what I mean? That's just how it's going to go. Because when you come there and you have people that's on a certain tier, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not as serious about their business. You can't come here with this, you know what I'm saying? Like, the sheep and wolves clothing, like it comes out real fast in the room. So to go from the house to now we have the gallery at East Ridge Mall in the span of 2 years, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? That just all comes from everybody just been growing with us.
Yeah. And then just so for those that are listening and may not be familiar, the Honeycomb Experience is an art gallery, though it's also an area space where you host different events, as far as educational events. Get into some of the educational things that you've been able to provide and that you can continue providing for the people.
So we do an art class every Saturday. All right, every Saturday and Sunday, 11 and 12:30 for children and adults. That's first. Every third Thursday we have a partnership with Fifth Third Bank. We actually turn their bank into kind of an art exhibit. Artists can display for free. So now it's like, if you're an artist, you could come display your artwork while we talk to entrepreneurs, business owner, creators. I want everybody to come. And we just talk about different financial topics. Like, for instance, tomorrow we're talking about debit versus credit. Which one is the better use for an entrepreneur, or what's the combination of both so that we can have a balance? You know what I mean? Because like me specifically, I prefer to use cash because I know that I prefer tangible.
Yeah.
You know, but then I have people who suggest that, you know, you use credit because, you know, some people believe in using the other person's dollar to elevate your dollar, and that's business. You know what I'm saying? These are conversations that need to be had. But no matter whichever one you go to, you need to know the pros and the cons. So, you know, we do things like that every third Thursday at the bank. And then we're also working on doing things like yoga and family wellness nights, just to try to incorporate everybody.
And this is located, the bank, which one is this one?
The bank is located 1511 East Boulevard.
1511 East Boulevard.
Right across the street from Moe's. So Moe's should be your landmark.
Got you. With this project right here, where do you see, I guess what you can tell me, 2023 is right around the corner, you know? If there's one thing that you could say that I really want to have my 2023 is, this one word could be define your 2023 coming up, what would that be?
Domination.
I hear that.
I'm not playing.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, and I say that respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really that time. You know, like I said, we've been doing this for 2 years, and I feel like we're at a point now where it's time to elevate. It's time to grow.
Okay.
Especially with some things that I'm seeing within myself. You know, some things I'm ready to take on. Okay. That's, you know, that's just in terms of being a leader, as being a boss. You know what I mean? Like we always talk. Like, one thing I feel like I've been saying consistently in the interview was acceptance. You know, like, until you really accept the assignment, the purpose, like, that's almost like making a mistake. You know what I mean? Because you're being stuck in a phase because you wonder why you're not grow. You can't grow until you accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different between having an acceptance letter from Duke and, like, I'm going to Duke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in class. Like, I'm accepting this offer. You know what I'm saying? So when you put it like that, acceptance is the key. And I feel like that's something I just recently, like, came to the arrival on, honestly. You know, like, full acceptance of who I am, what I need to do, and what that looks like from me. You know, like, you can't do everything everybody else do when you have a certain assignment. And that's just, life is not meant to be fair or easy. It's meant to be executed.
Facts.
You know, so I'm dominating. The Honeycomb Experience, we actually coming out with a collaboration project on some DJ Khaled type vibes. It's called Pangea. Okay. You know, Pangea, as you know, probably knows, a supercontinent.
Yeah.
So I feel like that embodies what the project is. It's a bunch of, it's not just Reasons Brown, it's The Firm, it's Carvase, it's Joey Carmel's, it's SFM Big Mother. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's their own entity. You know what I mean? But we're coming together. You know what I mean? For this whole.
Is doing that right there. How much? Are those sessions y'all sending in each other? Are y'all recording each other? You know, with each other. What's that process?
Actually, I'm doing it a little different. I watched this J. Cole Dreamville documentary when he had them make an album in 10 days. Yeah. Right? Now, of course, we don't have that budget to just nigga could just sit in the studio for 10 days, but we can do something once a month. So what we've been doing is we broke it down to, I made a group. I invited a few people. I had open slots. Yeah. Everybody that signed up, we meet at the gallery once a month. Now we do pay dues just because things cost. You feel me?
Right.
So we pay dues or whatever, everybody as a whole, and we work on the beats. You know what I mean? Like the first session we did, we made the beats from scratch.
Yeah.
We really worked on the concept of the songs. Last session, I had the engineer pull up to the gallery. We recorded some of the songs there. So now we about 2 songs out from a completed project. And once a month, every month we meet. So that's how we're gonna do that for the completion of the project. And then from there, we're going to start, try and maybe even get back on your platform as a group, as the
Yeah.
whole, you know what I mean, and talk
That's right.
about what the whole project has got going on.
Hey, we gotta do something where hopefully, how many of y'all is it?
There's about 11 of us, 12 of us.
Okay, we'll figure something out real special with what we have to do with that, like visually. You know what I'm
Yeah, even
saying?
if you pull up to the gallery, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
Like,
saying. That's what I'm saying. We have to
pull
do
up.
something. Yeah, we have to do something at the gallery there. That's gotta
Like,
be
you
at
know
the
what I'm
gallery.
saying? You pull up, I'll give you exclusive sneak peeks of some stuff we are working on,
Bet I
you
like that.
know?
Hey,
Because
I'm with
the
it.
November event actually Harlem Renaissance themed. So a lot of the pieces in there are going to be reflective of that in that time period. A lot of the performances that you're going to see,
Yeah,
because that whole weekend, we taking over the weekend. Like I said,
yeah,
domination. This is just the
yeah,
practice. November is just practice for that.
yeah,
All right, November 11th, we're doing the meet and greet for Pangea. We're going to have 3 singles that we're going to play. And, hopefully the people are vibing with. We want everybody, people like yourself, to come out. We want to hear from you guys
yeah,
because essentially y'all are our target audience. Y'all are the
yeah,
people who listen to we want to listen to our music.
yeah.
So we're going to invite you guys out. We're going to perform a couple songs. It's not going to be like a whole show thing. We more so want y'all to listen, network, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on that Saturday, that's when we're gonna do the actual art exhibit, the What's in the Honey, and showcase a lot of the pieces.
As we I'm listening to you, bro, and before we get off, I want you, if you could give like the artist that's either established or the artist that's rising, some tips or suggestions, or just even your experience of what's helped you in being an artist. Because being an artist, we like to be introverted at sometimes, but then having to step out your comfort shell and having to be out with the people, having to constantly exude, you're exuding a lot of energy.
Right.
What's some ways that you like could suggest to somebody on how to like can be, network and exude that energy, but also like stay true to who you are too?
No, absolutely. Transparency. That's one.
Okay.
But also understanding it's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Like you a lot of times us as artists, and I'm saying us because I've made this mistake,
Yeah.
like you think because you make music that you're entitled to something, like you chose this lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta accept what come with that. You can't you can't get what you want out the lifestyle you want until you take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? What did Diddy say? More money, more problems. That's the same thing that correlates to being an artist. Like you want the fans, you want the notoriety, you want the money that comes with that. Yeah, you gonna have to deal with the fans and the doing the extra. You gonna have to be on top of your business
Right.
a little more. You gonna have to be a little more organized. Accept what come with both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because it's bigger than you. People are expecting things of you. So
Right.
once you realize that, you'll be all right.
That's real. That's real. That's real. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Bro, that's that right there. I'm gonna take that's the theme of the day. It's bigger than you. I've been hearing that.
Right.
So yeah, that was meant. You a vessel, like you said. Hey,
Absolutely.
uh, your music is streaming. Reasons
Yeah.
Brown, everything on YouTube, everything social media.
Everything social media, everything is reasons_Brown. But a honeycomb, but even though you don't follow me, follow the honeycomb experience because that's
Yeah,
for all of us. Like
yeah,
whether you follow my personal page or not, that's fine. You know what I mean? I appreciate that.
yeah,
I got some dope content on there as well, but follow the honeycomb experience because that's for us. I want us to grow together.
yeah,
All right. Make
yeah,
sure you stay tuned and follow the pages because we got events coming up. You got to pull up, man.
yeah.
You know what I
All right.
mean?
We
It's
there. We
going
there.
down. Domination. All right? I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
finish.
Let's
They're
go.
gonna know.
Let's go. Let's go. We there. We there. We there, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, salute. Much success.
Absolutely.
The honeycomb experience, Reasons Brown, definitely follow and just understand the journey. But continue, because domination 2023, you hear it. I wanted to say 2023 so people
hold me to that. Hold me to it.
That's why I say now people they gotta follow the journey.
Yeah, they got to now. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. All right, man. We'll stay up, bro. I'm gonna talk to you later.
Absolutely. Take care.
Yes, sir.